Hello, beautiful beings. Doozer is feeling 100%. He gets his stitches out next week. Yeah, he's doing great. So great. He didn't have stitches on the back of his neck, but on the front. Come on, boy. Let's go. Yeah. It's really cold, but I mean, it's not cold enough to be bugging him. He's got a lot of fur. I can't put his sweater off and on him right now. Good boy. I think that's going to be right. Sometimes when I flip it around, it's upside down. Oops. Ancients, is there anything you want to talk about? It's hard to move my mouth right now because it's frozen. Look how beautiful. Yeah, it's been very dreary here. Just like none of that light, just like that for a few days now. And the energy has been, the only way I can describe it is thick and heavy. I have had a bit of mind activity recently. You know, when I say that, I mean the mind in its natural state of being. Of course, we have thoughts, but I'm not fixated on one thing too much at all. But recently I have been, because I had a bit of a pop quiz come up. A man came into my life, just like Jonathan and Genevieve said, 7 days after New Year's. They said right around New Year's, my divine partner would be coming in. And I ran into this man that I had been thinking about the whole day before that. And, you know, I take everything as a sign. But I do have discernment now also. Everything is a sign. But depending on how I'm taking it, I may be taking it wrong. Like, oh, my divine partner has finally arrived. Maybe it is. Who knows? But even if he is my divine partner, I can't settle for less than what I've worked so hard for. And that is a man that has been working on himself, you know, facing his issues. Healing. Yes, healing. Facing things. Letting go of major addictions. Yeah, so I was really excited for a minute. I think these are fogging up. I was really excited for a minute, for about a week, and then realized that, wait a second, isn't this the same exact guy in a different physical form? Oh, dang it. It's a pop quiz. You know, just because it's called a pop quiz, that's what I call it, doesn't mean that it's going to be quick. Sometimes it's a week, sometimes it's a year, sometimes it's 8 years. Who knows? It depends on the lesson. Depends on what we've come here to overcome. To heal, to get over our vibrational craw, as Abraham Hicks would say. And it's not just for this one lifetime, it's generational. It's for so many different people that we're doing this work. And of course for humanity that is in existence at the moment. We were talking, should we go in that direction? We were talking about existing, because I know that none of this exists. But I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand that. But okay, so what did you guys say exactly? Anything that can come and go, be born, and then, you know, drop the physical form and go back home, that fundamentally doesn't exist. But who we really are, you know, the divine, what's breathing us and beating our hearts, that never ever changes. That exists. So, but it's not anything that we can point at and say, there it is, because we are it. Quite a little game, isn't it? Endlessly fascinating to me. I am just beyond grateful. I'm looking at the back of my phone, so I don't know if it's pointed perfectly or not, but I hope you can see Doozer. He hasn't been on camera for a while. He's been healing up. if he put his head up, you'd see the stitches on his neck. So when I brought him to the vet a couple days ago for another appointment, I had been putting warm compresses on his neck for a few days, 3 to 5 times a day. And when I brought him back a couple days ago, she said she was shocked. She said, I can't believe how healed he is. And she said, there is 0 bruising. Yeah. So I knew the day that it happened and I got him home, I just felt it. I feel it. I know when a miracle has happened. And that has it's always been the case in my life. There's just a feeling, just a knowing, an absolute knowing in my body, like in my being. Is there a better way to describe that? It resonates with our very true nature. Yeah, that's what the claircognizance is just pure knowing, just knowing. It takes a long time to weed out the mind pretending like it knows. I've had to follow those trails and find out that they're dead ends many times. But okay, so this person that came into my life, I was like, this was a setup just so I could have a pop quiz, just so I could see how far I've come, which is totally fine. Yeah, because I met this person 21 and a half years ago, and we've always just had such a special connection. Except this person has been addicted to a certain drug for a really, really long time now, and it's kicking his ass, as drug addictions do. So that's a good thing. I'm not laughing. Drug addictions, of course. And when I say something obvious, it kind of makes me laugh. I'm like, yeah, I didn't really need to say that. Of course, drug addictions kick our asses. Thank goodness they do, because if they didn't, we wouldn't quit doing them. So what my little quiz was just now, and forgive me if I bunny trail or whatever, that's, it's just a part of who I am, and I do work on it. I do work on it, but I just kind of finally just have to accept myself, and I'm like, okay, this is it. I will keep improving. But as far as ADHD goes, I don't know how healed that can get. I'm not sure, because whether I'm smoking marijuana or not, I forget. I bunny trail. I watch other, I call them readers, the people that do tarot readings. So many of them they're channeling as they're doing the reading, but they start out the reading, I've been noticing, with like 10, 15 minutes without even drawing a card. And more people are we're just channeling. And with that comes a certain not having any clue as to what I'm going to be talking about. And so I'm still, thank you guys, they're reminding me of that. So I'm still learning how to navigate that also. So I did pass this quiz with flying cosmic A pluses. And I felt very present the whole time I was communicating with him. He was the one reaching out. I didn't reach out. I saw all the times that it was a pop quiz and overextending, basically. I saw so many times where, because I felt like such good feelings about this person. He also feels very familiar. I don't know anybody besides my children and my mom. I haven't known anybody for 21 and a half years anymore. So familiarity doesn't necessarily mean good, that they should be in our lives. That's a big pitfall I've fallen into so many times in my life experience. Oh wow, they feel so familiar. I feel like I know them. And especially if the person is really good at mirroring who I am. And like this guy, he has always been he seems very open, very expressive. He uses punctuation when we're messaging. He doesn't just ghost me. He says goodnight. He seems very aware and very he seems very genuine. However, when there's an active drug addiction going on, it can really taint that, because that, right? Okay, so that genuineness about us becomes a tool to get what we need when we're in an active addiction, and that's just a part of it. So as he heals and gets better, this is news to me. As he heals and gets better, wow, this ringing, does that happen to you guys too? It gets so loud when I'm channeling. As he heals, that's the ascension for all of us. The one that used his natural goodness to, manipulate others to get what he needed, that's going to be shutting off. And they're saying right now that we hung out the other day. I was going to look at a house that he had been living in. The man wants to turn it into a vacation rental. So I went to see it to see if I wanted to clean it or not. And I don't. No, I don't. Really, really big house. And I'm getting rid of 2 big houses. So, and it just felt so sterile there. And what I've heard about the guy, he doesn't sound like he would have much. I don't know. I just need to be around really sweet people, really easygoing people. And so we hung out. We had incredibly beautiful satsang. It was quite magical. And we hugged a whole bunch of times, and he cried a whole bunch of times, and yeah, it was wonderful. And it's hard for me to be around somebody that I feel like I have such a bond with, a man, and a woman too. Opal, for example. I felt so deeply connected to her, and so it's kind of like having the flu, feeling very sick, and then it takes a while to start feeling strong again. And when I have somebody in my energy field, and I'm really excited, maybe we're gonna start hanging out, and it's just it feels like an uplift in my vibe. I just feel like extra happy, and then to realize that, oh my gosh, okay, I have to let that person go. It takes a minute. I do it right away, because I say the girlfriend prayer. I have never said the girlfriend prayer. I say the boyfriend prayer about everybody, but like specifically about this person. I just mentioned her. I said it about her because I felt like she was like my childhood friend that I've been waiting to have come along, that would want to hang out and just do so much together. And she wasn't. She was an avoidant, and that's what I have been attracting for the lessons. Avoidance, if you don't know, goes much deeper than that with them. They're saying, but to sum it up until this point, I'm not going to anymore. But I have attracted the same lesson over and over. And I was making a bed today, and I said, why? Why? I'm sure I've asked before, but why does this particular lesson keep coming up? And it's so I can master the art of not overextending. I thought you were just going to say something different. I had something different in my mind, but that's what it is. Because for lifetimes, we have been conditioned to overextend. And that is to interacting with this man. I did not overextend one time. Oh my gosh, I'd go to, I thought of something, or a really cool song just came on and I wanted to send it to him. That's just my personality. That's just how I love people, is to just send this to you because I love you. And if they've already said that they're open to what, anything that comes through to them, for them from the ancients, then I send that also. I definitely use my discernment these days. I don't bombard people with stuff. It can be quite painful to learn how to channel the ancients, channel your guides, do all this, well, to live our purpose, they're saying, right? It can be painful, but life is painful anyway, so I want my pain to be productive, and it's only painful because there are other people involved, and I have bombarded people with stuff because I didn't know better. I was just learning. All of it has really taught me it's helped me to have more compassion for other people also, because just when I think I've let go enough, and I'm never going to have to go through this lesson again. No, it's okay. It's all right. I'm so deeply grateful that this whole last week I was able to see how far I've come, that I did not overextend. And all I had to do was not overextend. It's not playing a game. It's being in my natural state. So it doesn't seem like it would be exhausting, but it really has been. It's been like kind of like fighting a battle. That the one that I thought was, long gone. Sorry, baby. Long gone, just completely gone. I'm still shedding her off a bit, and that's fine. I feel maybe I will be for the rest of my days. And there's a certain type of heartache, it feels like, that comes when I feel like I have to let go of somebody. And I've really been watching that. Thoughts about, well, this is so sad that this person, is still an active addict, and we could have this together. That's bullshit. I don't know that. I don't know that. This person chose their destiny. They chose their path. They chose their life lessons. Yeah, who am I to think that, oh, that person is stuck or it's sad? I mean, it can be when there's children involved, especially. It can seem incredibly sad. But in the biggest of pictures, it makes perfect sense to all of us. We're beautiful beings having this human experience. I feel like we're all incredibly brave. And, who knows? This person may be coming out of it. Our song wasn't for nothing. They're reminding me again. It was very, very beautiful. And I definitely saw that the divine was keeping a distance between us, this very beautiful, healthy, natural distance. Wherever we were sitting, that we couldn't sit super close together. It was really good. My energy, I'm incredibly protected in every way. And I do my job also to protect my own energy and myself and my beautiful space. And so we were holding satsang. He was so very open to it. He called me by my other name for a really long time, like, 15, 20 years. But immediately, calls me Mama G now, and just knows, like, he talks like he just knows. He understands that I do channel the ancients. He kept getting like full body chills when we were talking, and that's such a good sign of him being, more grounded in his body. They brought that up a lot to him, that he needed to really work on getting grounded, and we talked about what that meant. And like, because people can have their own idea of what that means, but then it's always beautiful to hear, another person's perspective on it too. It can give that person that little bit of perspective shift that can, really change our whole life. Just one shift of perception. Did you know that? That's all it takes. That's what satsang does. It helps shift the perception back to how our natural state of being would see a certain situation. Yeah, it helps lift our vibration up and out of that much lower, denser mind field of mind activity. Yeah, that's one of the worst things that comes with active addiction, is just the amount of mental torture that there is. But it's good though, because it hurts so much that finally a person is just like, oh my gosh, okay, drugs aren't helping this anymore. Like uncle, my youngest daughter and I were talking about that today, about how long it takes us, at least in my family, at least all the people I've ever known, except for Moonstar, how long it takes us. No, they're saying no, she's not the exception. Okay. No, right. Okay. Good. Right. Sure. How long it takes us to say, okay, enough is enough, especially when we've been conditioned for so many lifetimes to tolerate way more than we need or are supposed to. But we're all getting it. And if you would like help with that, we would love to talk to you about that. Really, the foundation, the ground for learning to not overextend is learning how to listen to and trust and live by our intuition. Yeah, the divine. That's God. whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call what's beating our hearts and breathing us. That's our guidance system. And we get it, like I get my guidance system in many ways, but specifically with the ancients, that's what I needed in this human experience to make me feel the most secure. And also, well, it's just, yeah, it's such a beautiful way for the divine to come through a physical form. Yeah, I just feel endlessly grateful. I used to wish I was anybody else, just about anybody else, because I couldn't stop thinking. And now I can't even imagine not being me. I'm so grateful Doozer's alive. Yeah, I knew he was going to be okay. Yep. All right, I think that's it for now. We love you so much. This is Song with Mama G and the Ancients. Okay, we'll go in now, bud.